Hey there, LEGO fam. I'm Justin, and you're watching Good Life Bricks. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take a look at the collection of 25th anniversary minifigures. And I thought it would be fun for me to show you a couple of the changes I made to the set, a couple minor changes I made just to make them a little bit more realistic to the source material. I thought maybe, some might get a kick out of it, and maybe some inspiration for some things that you could do to gain a little accuracy. So if you like the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the content. Now, let's go ahead and dig in. So here are all the minifigures from the 25th anniversary collection, and probably you notice right away there's 8. So how did I come up with 8? Well, as I zoom in on the first one here, I've got Darth Maul on a 25th anniversary stand. This Darth Maul came from the 2024 Visual Dictionary and was exclusive to that book, but is marked as a 25th anniversary minifig. And I thought, you know what, he belongs with this set. He's iconic. So I got him a 25th anniversary stand off of Bricklink, and I'm displaying him as a part of the collection. I think Darth Maul is a fantastic minifigure. I think he belongs with this set. Others disagree. That's okay. Each can do their own thing. I just have 8 minifigures. So I think that's awesome. I didn't make any changes to Darth Malak. I think this minifigure was so well done. They gave him a different cape. It's a smaller cape. So I thought that was kind of a cool, unique touch that they gave him. But it's a fantastic minifigure. Now, Darth Malak came with the R2-D2 set 75379, and I've done a review on that set. You all know I loved that set. I think this is a great addition. A fantastic 25th anniversary addition to the minifigure lineup. Probably one of the more controversial figures in the 25th anniversary collection was ARC Trooper 5s. Now, 5s is kind of an epic, iconic clone trooper from the Clone Wars animated show, and he was in many of the episodes. Everyone loved him, and nobody could figure out why he hadn't been included. So when they finally did include him, everyone started to really fixate on what they didn't like about him. And I thought, I like him. I think he looks great. I don't see a problem. Okay, so maybe the helmet doesn't look exactly like it did in the show. But you know what? That's okay. I choose to look at what I think is the best part of him. Now, there is one thing about this minifigure that I didn't care for, and that was this cloth pauldron. Now, the reason I didn't really care for it, and let me bring him in a little closer, because the instructions say you're supposed to put it above the neck piece that holds the backpack. But then it looks like it's just up there floating. And I just thought that looked so goofy, and I just couldn't get over it. So I put it underneath. Now, the neck piece that holds the backpack does cause it to bend down in the back, but I actually think that gives it some better form. I think it looks a little bit better in this format, and so I've left it, and I think it did a good job of making it look more realistic. Now it looks like it's sitting on his shoulders instead of up around his chin. I think it looks a lot better. So I would encourage you to at least check it out and see if you like it. It made a big difference for me. Saw Gerrera, super popular figure. Couldn't figure out why we hadn't seen him yet. He finally came to us in LEGO Star Wars set 75383, Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. This is an amazing minifigure. One of the better new releases of a minifigure that we've seen, and I couldn't think of anything that I would do different. They gave him his walking stick. They gave him his armor. They gave him the right color. They gave him a cape, a fantastic hairpiece. The face print is amazing. There's really no change that I would make. I mean, if you look down here at the printing on his foot, with his metal foot that we saw in Rogue One, I mean, all of those things are just outstanding, and there's no reason to make a change. Next, we have young Leia. She came to us from set 75392 Creative Play Droid Builders. While the set had some goofy components to it, I thought this was a great addition. Having the young Leia minifigure from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is great, and they included her droid as a separate minifigure, LOLA 59, or just Lola. This is a good addition. Now, Lola is larger than she should be based on the size of the minifigure, but you know, there's not a lot of pieces that Lego is going to be able to print. So I'm not trying to be a Lego apologist, but I don't think it's anything to get upset about. I think this is a great minifigure, and it's cool that we got her little droid. So I'm happy with that inclusion. Next on the list is Cal Kestis. Now, everyone's been clamoring for Cal Kestis, but when he came out, there was immediate disappointment for two reasons. First, he didn't have a poncho. Second, he didn't have BD1. So BD1 already existed as a minifigure, and so we already know that there are ponchos out there. Luke Skywalker has one in the latest version of Luke's Landspeeder, not the UCS one, but the Playscale. So I just went on Bricklink and bought both of those things. So I added the second minifigure. I mean, if young Leia has Lola, why can't Cal Kestis have BD1? And I got him the poncho that Luke wears, which is very similar to the poncho that he has in the games. Cal Kestis has not been in any live action. He's been in Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, and people love him there. And I loved him there. I think he's a great character, and I would love to see him. And I agree, he needed a poncho, and I agree, he needed BD1. So I got him. Now, I also made a short that included a little more detail about how I picked these up, what they cost, where I got them, and that type of thing. So look for that, and I may try to link it in the description, but look for that, and you should have all you need to be able to pick up these pieces to complete Cal Kestis. But for my money, Cal Kestis is now complete. Now he is the minifigure that he should have been from the very beginning. And so I'm happy that we got him. I think it's great. I think it's a very positive thing. Now mine is complete, and I'm happy with that too. Cal Kestis was included in LEGO Star Wars set 75394, the Imperial Star Destroyer. I just recently did a review on that set. Fantastic set. One of the sets of 2024. And the inclusion of Cal Kestis put it over the top. So next we have 9 Nub. Super popular minifigure. The quality of the head mold of this minifigure is next level, and when I look at this, I'm amazed every time I see it. They did such a good job. So 9 Nub comes to us from LEGO Star Wars set 75396, the Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit, and I did a review of that several weeks ago, and you can look through my past videos to take a look at that. That was a great set. Some controversy to it, but the inclusion of 9 Nub was outstanding. No changes to this. I couldn't even figure out what I would change if I had to make a change. The head mold is great. The body print and the leg print are fantastic. The clothing that they gave him is dead on. Outstanding. The final minifigure of the 25th anniversary collection is QT-KT. She is an astromech droid based off of the R2 series of astromech droids, like R2-D2. She was included in LEGO Star Wars set 40755, the Imperial Dropship versus the Rebel Scout Speeder. And I did a review of that set as well and sang QT-KT's praises. And one of the things that I think is so cool, and this humanizes Star Wars and humanizes Lego to some degree for me, is the backstory of the huge Star Wars fan that created an R2-KT droid in pink named after his daughter. And they brought that droid into the Star Wars universe in the Clone Wars, gave her a great history, attached her to Aayla Secura, and really dove in deep on something that is a real tearjerker of a story. With just a few modifications, they renamed her QT KT so as not to confuse her with R2. And so, you know, it's a really cool story, and I would encourage you to Google that. Google some version of QT-KT or R2-KT, and you can get a sense for that entire story. It's sad, but very heartwarming. So this was the entire collection of 25th anniversary minifigures. Like I told you at the beginning, I added Darth Maul. I made some minor changes to Fives just to make him look a little bit more like I think he should have looked. And it was really small. It was just this shoulder pauldron I moved below the backpack. No changes to Darth Malak. No changes to Saw Gerrera. No changes to young Princess Leia. The most changes I made were to Cal Kestis, where I added the droid and I added the poncho. And now I'm very happy with that. And then a fantastic head mold for Nien Nunb and a nice addition of the Astromech in pink, QT-KT. So that's a look at the complete lineup of the 25th anniversary Star Wars minifigs, including Darth Maul. Now I know I'm not the only one who's added Darth Maul to this lineup. I know there are other people out there who've done it. I'm sure there are other people out there who've gotten him a stand as well. And so I think he deserves to be in the lineup. I think he's a great addition. And the sets that came with these minifigures, that brought us these minifigures, many of them were fantastic. I thought 2024 was a great year for Lego Star Wars, and I enjoyed it a lot. Sure, there was some controversy over price and things like that, and that's fine. You know, people are entitled to their opinion. I just don't have a problem with it. You know, I'd rather look at what I love and am passionate about with Lego Star Wars, and the ability to build sets that I enjoy, the ability to put together some iconic pieces of my childhood or my early adult life, or even more recent in my not so early adult life. I just love that. And yeah, I wish it was a little cheaper. I wish prices were a little lower. I wish prices of everything were a little lower. But I make a choice to continue with my collection of Lego Star Wars. So anyway, thank you for being here. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing on the channel, would you please subscribe so you're made aware of every time I release new content? Both of those things will help my channel a lot as I continue to work to grow. And I want to continue to bring you great content as we have new sets releasing all the time. So happy 2025. Thank you for your support and for being here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for me, and I'll see you soon.